Welcome back to Grandma Worldwide Radio. This is Unfiltered. I'm Ian James.
It's your boy Jay Skyline. And this is Overly Unfiltered. But before we get straight into Overly Unfiltered, we want to celebrate somebody real quick. We got Chuck Cooper, the first African American player drafted by an NBA team when he was selected by the Boston Celtics in 1950. This man is a Pittsburgh native, had attended Westinghouse High School, and been a star player for the Duquesne University Dukes. Back then, honestly, Duquesne's physical history is better than Pitt's history, and part of it is this man. If you look at national championships and stuff, how their runs in tournaments have been. It's just current Duquesne is not the same. But yeah, now Cooper is going to be named into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame class of 2019. Yeah, man, like I said, this is a big honor, man. Like I said, he was, and again, the distinction is he was the first black person drafted to the NBA because the first NBA player to play in the NBA played on a team that played before the Celtics did.
Who was that?
I think maybe.
I don't have that.
I think that maybe was
we only
Earl
focus
Lloyd?
about Pittsburgh on this. But yeah, and man, to show a little bit backstory on Cooper. Cooper was an all-city player in Pittsburgh. After he graduated in 1944 from Westinghouse, he served in the military during World War II. And when he returned, he enrolled in Duquesne, scoring more than 1,000 points for the Dukes and leading them to national tournaments. After earning his degree, he earned education, and he also played for the Harlem Globetrotters for a little while before he went to the NBA and was drafted. Yeah, so that's a lot of things. James, you had a couple of facts about how he was doing after the NBA.
Oh yeah, he he got his his Duquesne. Duquesne retired his jersey. That was pretty dope. And he also was part of the school board. He was appointed Parks and Recs. And he became the first and one of the first black department heads as well in the city. So that's pretty dope. I mean, there's he was doing a lot of stuff out there, like breaking barriers, I mean, it's, I think he needs to be recognized, and this is this is something really cool, yeah.
And the one thing I gotta say is I think the reason that he's not remembered as much is he passed away in 1984, so he didn't really even get to shine of the current NBA behind him. Like, even though Bill Russell didn't play in the current NBA, because he's lived long enough for everybody to be able to see him in person and talk about the things he did in person. Same thing with Kareem and stuff like that. And Dr. J. Like, we still can see Dr. J and Bill Russell, even though most of us have not seen what they did. People, they're still there to tell their stories. Chuck Cooper did not get the chance to get this far. So it's nice to see that he's finally getting represented. Again, a Pittsburgh native and the grandfather of the friend of the show, Charlie Slum.
Yep.
Pittsburgh rapper. Go check out Bummer if y'all don't know the video on YouTube. But yeah, so that's a good story for us. We're gonna switch it up on y'all real quick and get into Overly Unfiltered, where me and James find some of the wildest stories we have on the internet. Some Pittsburgh based and some not. But we're gonna start off with the Pittsburgh today and say that the mayor of Derry Borough is accused of pointing a loaded gun at a teenager who reportedly got into a fist fight with his son. If y'all don't know, Derry Borough is it's considered part of the tri-state area of Pittsburgh, which is a pretty large area because some of it enters West Virginia and Ohio. The mayor of Derry, Pennsylvania, has been showed. You know what gets me? Because at first I heard this story and I didn't know the part about him fighting his son. I just knew that the Derry mayor had pointed a gun at a teenager. Didn't know that part. This part now makes me look at it a little differently, and I don't know. I know why, and it's because I feel like we all know somebody, or some of us might have parents that might have done this. So the difference is you, the mayor. So, I don't know if how do y'all feel if y'all mayors and you don't live, like I said, not Pittsburgh. This is a small town. Like this is like, are you the mayor and the sheriff? Like, this is some old Western shit. I'm the mayor and the sheriff. What's wrong?
Yo.
I mean, he got arrested. Because I see I'm looking at his mugshot right now.
Yeah, he's definitely arrested. No, fuck all that. Yeah, no, they're.
Yeah, the mayor
Yeah,
got arrested.
so whoever this. Oh, he's so done.
Hold up. The mayor of Toronto got caught doing crack and didn't get arrested.
That's different.
Not that much different. It is different.
And he kept this job for a while.
This is attempted murder. Depending on how this kid says what this kid says.
Oh no! If this is the story, this is just a story.
Yeah.
I believe that again. I believe his son probably got his ass whooped in a fair fist fight. Like I hope it was. It's either. I would hope the story comes out that his son was getting bullied. But if his son wasn't getting bullied and it was just a fair fist fight, no, that's gonna be a problem. Yeah. And even if his son was getting bullied, bro, you pulled a gun out on a 15-year-old.
So he pulled the gun out on someone who was messing with his son.
They're saying fist fight. I'm saying fair fist fight in my own imagination. I'm not saying it's factual. It might be a bullying situation, but
It was not okay.
not for a grown ass man.
He could just put his hands in there. He didn't have to like pull out his gun on that.
Oh, thank God! And he had the Roscoe because he had a revolver.
Okay, yeah.
He
looked like a dude. He didn't look like he had a 9 or something.
Click on the story, but I'm sure this motherfucker came out here with a revolver. He came out here ready to, man. He was ready to draw. He came out here with a full revolver. This nigga's a full blown. Man, he been playing too much Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Came out here with a revolver to come handle some business.
Dairy's a little country up there.
Oh, Dairy. Again, I keep on telling y'all, man. Outside of the general Pittsburgh area, downtown fucking Hershey, downtown Harrisburg, like downtown only. In the Philadelphia area, the rest of Pennsylvania is country as hell.
Yeah.
It's either country as hell or fucking Mennonites and Amish people, which is beyond country as hell. Because they ain't got no electricity.
Yeah.
Well, no, the Amish don't got no electricity. Mennonites use normal shit. They just like doing older stuff. But the Amish people ain't got shit. So, but, yeah, no, this, like I said, this is I just couldn't imagine my mayor, like, the mayor of Baldwin ain't doing that.
I mean, you don't know.
The mayor of Baldwin's son has gotten some wild shit, but like the mayor of Baldwin ain't doing that. But let's get into some other overly unfiltered stuff. I just wanted to start it off with, like I said, a general Pittsburgh. Hey, Derry's football team is good. They make it to Heinz Field. I don't think it's ever happened, but they can do it.
They're right there. So
also YG at Coachella. We're gonna have some more Coachella information for you on Wednesday. I just gotta do some more research. It's not a music thing for us today, really. But YG did something major on Coachella. He dropped a new song called No Stitching, where he ran large ass video boards like Summer Jam style with different faces of rappers who he considers snitches, including Tekashi 69 and some other dude I have never heard the name of, and I'm gonna try to pronounce this shit because it's something stupid. Never mind. But yeah, Tekashi 69, a bunch of other people that were just like looks like random mugshots of people that I'm assuming were snitching in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, I mean YG's out here, but this is something I expected from YG. He didn't like Tekashi rapping Bloods before he went to jail. Mm-hmm. So that's not something that shocks me when it comes to YG. That's interesting going after him in Summer Jam.
Yeah. I don't think YG never really liked him before. I mean, he didn't like. He's definitely not like somebody who's like blood like that. I don't know. Like I never thought 6ix9ine was even really like associated with the Bloods like that.
He wasn't our first.
Okay.
Then he hopped in it. He's been involved for a couple years now.
All right, This is where things are gonna get weird. The next two stories are a little out there, but this is overly unfiltered. We go anywhere, even where people aren't willing to go. This is like the fear factor part of this episode. Small dog euthanized after being sexually assaulted, and man gets 60 days in jail.
Oh, what?
An Oregon man was sentenced Wednesday to 60 days in jail for sexually assaulting a dog who had to be euthanized due to extensive injuries. Fidel Lopez, 52, was given the maximum penalty allowed for his offense in Multnomah County, Oregon, near Portland.
That's fucked up. That's just fucked up.
Who's it fucked up for? Him or the dog?
The dog's dead. So
the dog's dead.
They had to euthanize the dog.
It was sexually assaulted, and so like that's fucked up. And then the dude's like,
Pounded the dog out. This is mad. He should have got more than 60 days. He should be allowed out here. He should be in that hospital.
I'm against people who think that like anything that happens to animals should be a capital offense or you should be murdered. But this is one of the ones where I'm like, I don't think we need this man in society anymore. Like you can like at the least, at the least, if we're being kind, go to a mental hospital. I'm cool with just doing some old fashioned shit to you. Like we can go.
Oh, hold up! Whoa! And he cannot possess a dog for 15 years.
Like,
So in 15 years, he can do it again. He's like, all right, I'll be clean for 15 years, and then we run it again. I'm getting a whole bunch of dogs. Like,
we also got to remember that Oregon was the only state admitted with the idea that black people weren't supposed to be in the state. Like, if you look up the history of Oregon, Oregon's statehood was started with the idea that it was a slave-free state. Cause slavery was still around when Oregon was made a state. So it was slave-free, but black people weren't supposed to be there either. It was made the state was like it was just illegal to be black in Oregon when it was a state. So Oregon has some weird Oregon's weird. Like it's not like that now. Obviously, the whole they wouldn't have been able to do the shit they was doing with the football team for a minute. Remember, Dennis Dixon went to Oregon, so it ain't the same now, obviously. But yeah, Oregon's a weird state, and I did not like. Again, I don't like people that are out here like, oh, you harmed an animal, it should be life in prison. Like, no, there should be statutes to how much you've harmed an animal, to how much you go to jail. And there's a whole level of other things about the idea that I don't think police animals should be getting people life in prison. But that's a whole separate subject. But the idea that you were able to rape an animal to death, nah, bro, I don't need to see you no more. I don't need you to be outside of prison no more. I don't need you to come back. There's certain things that just you don't need to come back from. You have like I said, if you want to put him in the Arkham Asylum, that's fine. Put him away somewhere where I don't need this man in general population anymore. That is up there with pedophile shit to me. If you can kill an animal by fucking them to death, like you're wrong.
Whoa.
He do deserve to be somewhere bad. He deserves to be somewhere happy.
He's gonna get some medical treatment, but I mean, or undergo some type of treatment for.
Yeah. Me and Mike is on the same page. Mike said he needed to be stoned. I said go get the guillotine. Like I'm like, yeah, y'all can get rid of him, bro. We can. Like I don't need that in my life.
Yeah.
In other news, I don't know who this woman is, but we gotta
put him somewhere and do research on him.
Research? In other news, I'm going to try to show this to y'all. We got one of the worst tattoos of all time. I don't know what this woman's name is, or the man. Apparently, a man got a tattoo of his woman on him. Malachi, just make sure it's centered. Is it good for them? Do they see it? They good. So yeah, that's a tattoo of a woman laying down what the Migos would call that sloppy toppy. You know, the fellatio. But yeah. This picture is if y'all wanna see it right now, please go check on the Overly Unfiltered on the Unfiltered Facebook page under Overly Unfiltered. This is one of the wildest tattoos I've ever seen.
No, I just don't look at it.
Yeah, James is traumatized by it.
Just stop. I don't need to see that shit.
Also, Overly Unfiltered food half of this. At least I think it's overly unfiltered because I think y'all just wasting pickles out here. A restaurant has decided to replace bread with pickles in their sandwich. The restaurant in New Jersey, in Haddon Township, New Jersey, was replacing the bread on a sandwich with thick pickles. The bread-free alternative isn't just great for those trying to cut down on carbs. It also adds more pickles than any other sandwich can give you.
That's true because it's a fucking pickle. The whole thing's a pickle.
You know how fast lunch meat's gonna slide off of the layer?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. When you go to bite into it, you know how fast all your shit's gonna slide off.
Yeah. Well, it looks like they like.
I think that's why you're supposed to eat it with those pin things in it until you get to those points. Yeah, there's 2 toothpicks in them joints.
Okay.
But I guess like maybe
Leave that in the car.
the condiments maybe like hold it down.
No, that's not. There's
and
no
the cheese on top like holds it down.
There's no way in fucking world there's an
know.
option to eat.
Pickles, okay. It's like trying to go bobbing for apples with no teeth. It's going to just shoot the fuck out.
Yeah.
Why would you think it's not like that?
Because he's making a sandwich with pickles and no bread. All this shit on the inside is going to shoot the fuck out.
Again, it's kind of like the idea of a gyro. Like you're supposed to keep the those toothpicks in it until you get through it. It's like with the gyro, you're
It's
supposed to keep.
still on the side and it's going to be weird.
I'm not eating that. Honestly, because I was a picky eater as a child.
Can't piece it unless you got a knife.
I've seen them cut in half. That's it. But
You can't piece it in the car.
it'd be
No.
better. That idea would be better as a slider. I think it would be a
Yeah.
lot better as a slider. You know what I mean?
A
But-
slider, yeah. If it was like a small
It'd be better
pickle,
If it was a pickle slice like wrap, the thin hamburger pickles or whatever.
okay.
Just like wrap the sandwich.
I'm not sure if they made if you could get a pickle that big. I don't know if I want it.
What?
Pause. Happy? That's all you wanted. But no, man. Like I said, that sandwich ain't for me. I mean, we got Pickleberg coming up, the #1 food-based festival in the country.
So it's gonna come. They're gonna definitely come out here.
Oh, somebody's doing that now, and we gotta go to Picklesburg, man. We miss it every year. We gotta go to that.
All right.
We gotta get like some live footage. Like, it ain't gonna be a full show, but we out there live. I'm not trying everything, but we might go like 2 or 3 places and see some weird pickle. You know, because y'all niggas can't keep y'all mind in the right place. We're gonna just keep things moving. But yeah, I don't trust y'all. Also in the food world, I don't think this is real. He says it's real. I tell him if it's
I don't
real,
know.
we need to get it here.
All right. If I can find somebody.
Heinz is here with a Cadbury cream egg mayo.
I think that'd be like nasty as hell. If it's
We
if
eating it. We trying it. I don't care.
if it's real, I'll find somebody to find it for me. If not, then my bad. I thought that shit was real. Like
Like I said, I can't believe this
totally-
is real.
if it's
But
real,
if it's real, we need to go get some toast and throw it on some bread.
that's just like they just doing anything. Cadbury, I just don't like that shit. That much.
I'm not just eating it straight because it's supposed to be also mayo, and I've never in my life thought of the idea of just throwing some mayo on my tongue.
No, I don't like
This
that
ain't.
shit.
This is not undercover brother.
I just know. I just can't do that.
And the other part of the wildest news I have of the day, I wanted to. Yeah, no, I mean he's gonna make that sound again after I explain this next story. Out of Jacksonville, Florida, a man doing renovation on his childhood home found the remains of his mother who had been missing since 1993. And he would have been, I think he was 3 or 4 when his mom passed. Also now his dad's in custody, police custody.
No, currently right now,
Yeah.
I bet he is. Yo.
The other swing to this story, again, I don't do a lot of news stories, but the other swing to this story that makes the story way overly unfiltered is apparently him as a child at 3 or 4 years old was a witness to the trial against his dad, where they tried to say that his dad had killed his mom the first time, and he had said that he had done something bad to his dad, but because he was 3 or 4, the jury didn't trust a child.
To testify.
Yeah, but again, they know that he,
Oh.
as even a 3 or 4 year old, said that his dad had did something bad to his mom. He didn't know he killed his mom, but they know that he knew that he did something bad to his mom. So, yeah, like I
Where
said,
was this in?
Jacksonville, Florida. Where else?
Florida.
Florida, man.
This is 1993 Florida, though.
This is 93. This was like cocaine was high. That was like shit was going wild. Something happened.
Worst part of this story for me, whenever they were renovating stuff, this is his exact words of finding her. I picked up the coconut object, and it ended up being the top portion of her skull. I mean, again, I'm a grown man that's lived my entire life with my mom somewhat in my life. So this is different than a person who thought their mom had left. His dad said his mom up and left. So you lived your entire life thinking your mom had abandoned you.
Yeah.
And now you're at the point where it's like, your dad is the most evil person you know.
Yeah, you didn't know. Yeah, you.
No, you like think about all the stuff you've done. Where like I'm assuming it's either the front or backyard. I'm hoping it's not one of those stories where he found a way to bury it under the concrete. They ain't do all that. You smell that. Like I said, it's either underneath.
Yeah.
Like you'd be underneath the basement. I've seen people like heard stuff and doing that. But that whole story to me, I'm just like, bro, you did what? So yeah, no, like I said,
That's fucked up.
oh, again, I told y'all, some of these stories today was gonna get out there. Was not holding that one back.
Yeah, that one. I mean, he's definitely his pops is going down. But like, what was he told? Like, where'd she go? Like, it's like
He doesn't. Well, no, it's back then. Well, no, I can't even say back then. 'Cause to me, this sounds like some 19. This sounds like some 1950s, 60s type shit. To me. Like this is older than just 1993. Where like you had them stories where people were like, dad just left, like he went down to the cigarettes and never came back.
46.
Yeah, like this is like that's like some old shit. Like you couldn't even really pull that off even in the 80s at this point. Like people can still find you.
But like it's like, but her family don't know where she is.
In 1993, I feel like you could. I mean, I guess maybe you like. Yeah, I guess you could find out in 1993. And the internet was full blown yet.
She left her some game.
Join the rival gang back in 93.
Yo. She met up with Suge down whenever ice was hot.
So yeah, man. Like I said, that whole story. Then last, you had some updates on the on our college scandals.
Oh, was that Lori Loughlin? She was like, what's going on with her right now?
Her and a bunch of the other parents.
They all
apparently.
not guilty.
Yeah, they're pleading not guilty.
Yeah.
Again, there's still a significant amount of the parents that are pleading guilty, but most of the famous parents are pleading not guilty. I think one of the famous parents are pleading not guilty, but they're not as famous as her. But no, man, like is anybody in question of the fact that y'all was like out here bribing people?
They like dropped like what, 50,000, like 500,000.
And the funny part is they didn't bribe them enough because apparently, Dr. Dre and who's the white dude that he rolls with? Jimmy
Levine. Yeah.
They donated like 500,000 or something like that to them, which at that point that gets your name put on something, so it doesn't get you like a automatic like that's that. Apparently they gave enough money that it's past the point where they think it's bribe.
Mm-hmm.
Where apparently they didn't give enough money that it didn't look like a bribe.
Wait, they gave $500,000.
Oh, 500. Then Dre and them gave a mil.
They give him.
Yeah, whatever the amount of money Dre and them give, it was past the point where
Okay.
it was okay. So $500,000 is a bribe. Anything over a mil is donation.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't know it was like that. I didn't know, like, I thought, like, whatever you can afford is...
That's where it got funny to me, because I'm like, and again, also, that's also the covering up of, like, somebody who played on the road was supposed to be on... First thing, they were telling people they played in sports that they never played. Like, it's one thing...
rowing, yeah, it's like, how'd you get on the rowing team?
Like,
I don't even know how to swim. It's like, what?
Like, you could probably fake being on the track team or doing something simple, and I'm not saying track is simple, I'm just saying that's something like, you could show up. But like you could pass off with the clothing and stuff.
Yeah.
If somebody asks you what you do on the technical terms of stuff for a road team, or my bad, crew, because that's what they call it.
Yeah.
Crew. I wouldn't even think about I think somebody else might have been on the sail team or the sailboat team or something like that.
Yeah,
Bro,
you're definitely got a sailboat team.
Like
you gotta know what the fuck you doing.
Yeah, I'm on the sailboat team.
Whatever it's parasailing or whatever, right?
Wait, what?
The thing where they be on like those boats where they hold on to like it's like one person like.
Oh, the one person? I think that's like parasailing. I don't know. I thought parasailing was whenever you hang glided.
Oh, okay. Well, like I said, I don't know these sports of the other side.
I don't know.
Giving people.
I don't know. Am I not right? No.
I'm just saying that these people were getting their kids into really Caucasian sports for scholarships.
They should have picked they should have just did the track team. Maybe the track team's just too hot. They're like, no, if you want to get on the U.S. team track team, you got to run at least 6.
So they're saying the crew team was trash at USC?
Like, no, I'm saying no, that they weren't good enough to just come on, they got to at least run a 7 or
So you're talking about a 7-minute mile.
No, like a 7-second 40 or whatever, or maybe a cross country, yeah, at least something I don't know,
like a 7-minute mile slow. So that's why I was like, that's why I was confused about it. I was like, I know a 7-minute mile slow because I remember the fitness test was 7:47, and that's just to be average. And I was like, if 7:47 is average, and if you're doing 7 flat and you're on some type of squad, your squad's terrible.
But I'm just saying, just to be on the team, just be all right, you could at least be there. You could just be on the team. If they're trying to bribe them, I'm just saying, if you don't know jack shit about rowing, you can kind of get away with running, maybe. I don't know.
And again, I don't think you'll get away with it because they're not making you show up to anything. I'm just saying, if you have to,
making you show up, you got to be on the picture. What?
I mean, if you have to show up to the picture, fine. I feel like you can hop in any picture.
You got to get the warm ups. You're you're already in this deep. This is what it is.
No, because none of these people were doing these sports. The person that was doing the crew, which I forget, like I said, it was not specified whose kid was supposed to be on the crew team, but he was not showing up to the crew team practices and doing fucking rowing, which I wouldn't either.
Her mom, the mom, like, how would they have not known they were on the team?
The kids didn't know.
They did. Wait, they didn't know they were on
The
the
kids
team.
didn't know they were on the team. Their parents did all this behind their back. This again is why this is illegal. The
So
kids are not in trouble. You remember-
But like somebody was like, hey, we need you at the down at the pole. We're meeting up for the rowing, pictures. We got to get it for the yearbook, whatever for the, coming down. Is that how they found out, or?
I don't know. I'm just saying that this whole lie is a real bad lie for these people.
They got fucked up.
Like, if you're gonna pay for your kid to get into a school, they can figure out a better way to do this. They can give an
Yeah.
academic scholarship. Like, I feel like y'all could have a better chance forging an academic scholarship. Like, oh, this person only had a 2.2 through college. That's barely a C. We're gonna give him this science scholarship. If you look at his science through college or through high school, he had a 3.5 in all his science subjects.
What?
If you just count the grades of just his science,
You just did that.
biology, chemistry, and physics. If you just count those subjects and what his GPA would have been if he was just that, he's damn near a science genius.
What? Get the fuck.
But there's no that's easier than lying on put some like I don't know, tell him fake somebody being on the debate team and say that he's there for like pop culture.
Yeah. That's just. I don't know, but they're in deep. If
The idea if this is something you put not guilty on, then you're gonna fight till the bitter death.
Yeah, because nah, they're saying this much, and then the amount for what they're possibly can get is that could be 40, 80 years, or wait, no,
Again, I'm telling you now, none of these people are getting 40.
20. All right, face up to 20. Okay.
I would
offenders.
say whoever is the least lawyered up might get 12 with the chance of getting out at 6. Anybody that's famous is gonna spend at the most 5 years in prison, and that's if they out here talking greasy to the judge.
Oh, that's just fucked up.
And I can believe that some of them might slip up on the judge because these people were some entitled ass people.
Mm-hmm.
So they might be I think the chick from Full House said she would have did it. She did what any parent would do. I'm like, no, that's not true.
No. What do you mean? What?
Any parent would have did this. You tell me what? What? First thing, I'm shocked. None of the Kardashians went to school. I don't hype the Kardashians much, but none of these bitches went to school. And all these bitches are out here doing something random to make a lot of fucking money off of one sex tape. I almost called it a mixtape. Basically, it basically is though. But one sex tape. But they did all this off of that. So no, I don't believe that you had to do it this way. I'm also not telling you to pimp out your daughter. I'm just saying that this was not the only way.
Yeah.
And if you go into court talking about this is the best way or the only way for my daughter to do this, now how bad are you for raising your daughter? Or your child or anybody? Just explain that to me. You are so sorry that you think you had to pay $500,000 to get your child into fucking USC.
Yeah.
Not even an Ivy League school. USC is a decent one. Pac-12 is a better conference in sports than it is.
Yeah,
But you sent your daughter to USC for $500,000 to pay sports scholarship.
What's they going for?
There was a couple other schools. USC.
That's this probably could go even deeper if they really tried looking into it, but I don't think they're really doing that. Oh, you want to talk about that?
Oh yeah, we got to talk about this. I just don't know how to. I want to make sure it's gonna run back. Okay. So yeah, you guys, we good? Yeah. So this is overly unfiltered for me of the week for me. Also, you gotta look at this properly. I hope it's looping properly. At first, I felt bad for the dude that got hit the most at first, and I still do because he didn't know it was coming. But if y'all look at my homie that flew up there, for one, he was gonna miss the entire pit if he didn't hit dude. But he hit dude and then just basically broke his spine. Because I was wondering why he was laying there cringing. And then, I was like, oh wait, no, he folded in half when he hit the ground.
He hit his back. He fucked him up.
No, the dude he knocked over is fucking done too. But the way the guy that flew in the air landed, I'm like, oh, that was vicious. Because I was mad at him at first. I'm like, man, you better get up and go apologize. Then I look back, I'm like, oh, he can't get up.
Neither of them will be apologizing or the
other dude needs to be ready to fight. I'd be ready to go fuck you up.
Nobody's gonna fight. He won't be able to apologize. They're in the hospital for a minute.
Yeah, I just don't know where the aim was. I'm like, what were you aiming at? There's like, you know how big that fucking pit is? That pit.
That's not that. I mean, it doesn't look. It looks
No.
wide.
We're seeing the net in the
yeah.
back to make sure you don't go too far. The thing is wide enough that there's more pit off the screen. And you found a way to do that. And again, my man's dead. Not like some other man who got crushed is dead. I think he might have broke his board too. It was a skate park where it had like that one of those giant foam pits, like the Rob Deerdeck joint. Yeah, that man folded in half when he hit the ground. I wasn't prepared for that. I just wasn't.
It's just like he's. Yeah, they showed it. He just fucked him up.
And I think James found this because I didn't find this.
I didn't find that. Hold on.
I don't know where this came from. The most awkward bull ride ever. I am just gonna fast forward and give y'all like the last.
I think it's the same. I think it's just a loop.
No, it's not a loop. It's not a loop. Yeah, it's not a loop. This is really this much time. So me and James ain't this close. Nobody in this anywhere in my life is this close. None of my family members could do this. I like this is like if I'm gonna get on fucking mechanical bull, I'm gonna be on by myself. Like I'm just saying that right now. Like this is not where we. This, James, are you about this life? You and your swimming buddies about this life?
I'm not. No. I'm not.
Also, and also the commercials. My bad. But also, the operator, the operator is suspect too. Like whoever the operator was, you got too much enjoyment out of this.
No, they were both with it.
No, but the operator was making the bull. This wasn't like normal mechanical.
Somebody said, "Do this. We are doing this." This is this was a choice.
Across his arm and everything on his back. It looked kind of very inappropriate.
This could have been like someone's like.
Well, he did the cross, like he wasn't just. Oh, he did what it is. He said.
I don't know.
Leaned all the way over on the boat like he was just passed out. Yeah.
So yeah, no, people. Like I said, that was my overview for the week. I don't know if James had anything.
I don't have anything super overly unfiltered like that. But I mean, you could say that crazy ass fight.
Oh, thank you. You know, I forgot about that.
So I mean, that could be mine since you didn't.
Are you talking about the fight?
Where she bites.
So we have a fight. Thank God we forgot about this. This fight happened. Two lovely ladies getting into it, but there is a plot twist. You think the one on top is about to win, but no. The one on top is screaming in agony and pain because I'm not sure, but I am pretty sure the chick on the bottom had just took a nice chomp down on the the ovaries of this woman. Destroyed it. Yeah, she's biting the pussy, y'all. She just bit this girl in the pussy. And if you can see how, you know how I know the other girl's in a lot of pain? How her back is arched. Like, this girl went from beating her ass to, and screaming in pain, and she can't move. I just couldn't imagine the idea of somebody biting me in that position, and I can't move. That's the equivalent of Friday After Next with Cat Williams, except this time she got a mouthful. She got a bunch of muff in the mouth.
That's just.
So that's your overly unfiltered.
That's
Again, I thought it was a good fight at first, and actually, I do. You know what? I'm gonna go out of my way to give y'all a gem because this is a gem to me. Brought to y'all from a man who one day I hope to get out of his house and into this environment. One time, my man Kevin found me a video earlier that I forgot I just forgot to put on the page. And I'm gonna get for y'all one real quick, where a woman decided that this was how it was gonna be. I hate my phone right now. But yeah, like I said, this is gonna be a good video. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of choppiness real quick with this. On the other hand, I do also know we have news. We've been talking about the bullet train in Pittsburgh recently a lot, and about how we're just trying to be a bullet train from here to Chicago. We had a bullet train at one point, apparently. Pittsburgh Post-Gazette posted, and it's on Unfiltered, that there was, back in 1956, for 1 year, there was a bullet train route from Pittsburgh to Philadelphia that would get you there in about, I think what it says, it's about between 4 to 6 hours. The current train ride there now takes like 7.
That ain't shit. That's the same exact.
The current train ride is 7.5 hours.
It don't matter. I can just still. I'm still gonna get there in a drive.
Well, no, because there was 8 stops.
No.
Oh no, and back then, no, you would not have gotten there that fast with the drive.
Well, not back then, but I'm saying right now to keep that shit.
saved an hour.
Yeah, you say like
So-
2 hours.
Malik,
Is that-
do me a favor and
yeah.
start that video right there whenever you think it's good. Yeah, everybody see that perfectly nice?
Hmm.
Yeah, that woman got the molly wop at the beginning and never had a chance after that. And her dude got crushed too, if you noticed that. So her dude had to step in. Whoever that other woman's man was decided it was all fair game too. All these videos are on the Unfiltered page where the sound was fully there. I'm just not going to get no copyright issues if somebody try to throw some music somewhere. I'm gonna let y'all saw it. I'm gonna let James see it real quick because this is a surprise video. So y'all get James's natural reaction for it. Hold up. So and it was in the Macy's. Like everybody in the background screaming and shit. Oh, don't do this, da 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 da. Which I don't know. I'm 50-50.
I'm 50-50. What?
I'm not really a man.
Well, if you were right there, just minding your damn business, checking out some like,
You're not really a man. Wait. You just stop though. I'm not really a man.
what?
You just said I'm not really a man and just stop.
Oh, because he started talking. Oh, he started talking. That's why.
Please, you finish.
Oh, finish that. Go ahead.
I'm not really a man. What?
I'm not really like a man against this type of stuff. That's what I was gonna say.
Thank you.
But,
I'm
like,
sorry.
I have.
Like Wendy Williams up there.
I was gonna say like I'm not a man that's against this type of stuff. Like I understand like all fighting in public, da 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 da. But no, I was gonna sit there and just watch.
Okay. So, all right, damn. All right. Anyways, you're in there shopping. You just like, oh,
I'm not man. The most overrated thing in life is breaking up fights.
no. But let's say like you're just minding your business, and that person gets hit, and you just bumps into you, and you're like, I'm just trying to like check out some jeans. What the fuck's going on, y'all?
See, that's the white person way of doing.
No,
this.
I don't know. I'll turn around. I mean,
no. I would have noticed this. Man, this is obviously something that there was a conversation that I would have definitely heard. I'm Nebby in public. I'm out of my business. Like, but like if you in a store arguing with somebody, no, I'd have been turning around and started paying attention to whatever's going on. Like so, no, there is no opportunity for this fight to break off and for me to get bumped and not notice this shit. It'd have been like a Def Jam fight from New York. I'd have been part of the crowd that have just pushed you back in.
Okay.
So yeah, that got to be like. How many fights have you not like you being bumped or jostled was when they're fighting?
No, I know. I know, but I'm just saying, like, usually I'm like, okay, they're doing their own thing over here. I'll be fine. You know.
No, I don't have that in me. If I hear somebody, motherfucker, what? I'm turning around. Bitch, what did you say? Like just there's key trigger words that's gonna make me turn around and see what's going on. It's also because there's a slight chance that it might be worse than a fight. Like it's not just the idea, I might see a fight. There might be a chance for me to need to duck the fuck down too.
Yeah.
Like these all trigger words like this could be fights, guns, anything. Like people could be getting stabbed. It matters about how mad you are. But the words don't really change.
Yo. All right. Well, let's.
We're gonna wrap it up on that note, folks. I'm happy that James found out how I feel about the idea of people fighting in public and the fact that I don't feel like I'm like the only way. Real quick before we leave, the only way a fight happens in public and I ain't know about it is if I got snuck.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
If somebody got snuck, I'll give you that. If somebody get ran up next to me and somebody gets snuck, I'm like, oh shit, he hit the ground. Like that's a little different. But this is definitely a full blown like these people knew they were about to fight. So we gonna be out. We see y'all Monday.
Wait, no, we'll see you.
This is the end of Monday. We'll see y'all Wednesday. It's been a couple weeks, y'all. We rusty. I ain't gonna lie. See y'all Wednesday. We'll be back on point. So
yeah.
And hopefully the Penguins don't get swept.
We'll find out.